Guys, it's Abby here as always. Welcome back to my channel. This is a very impromptu video, which is because I was studying, like I have my books, everything there, but I couldn't concentrate because I woke up and I had the death of Obama, that Davido. I didn't even know him until now, because I'm not a big fan of Davido. I don't really follow celebrities on social media. I saw the news yesterday before I went to bed around like 1-2 a.m. The fan is on. In case you can hear any noise, it's really hot that I can't afford to turn off the fan, so I just put it on the lowest. So in case you can hear like the fan sound, I'll try to reduce it a little bit while I'm editing this video. That by the side, I want to address two main concerns that I feel like I need to share with you guys. I've spoken to people that I know about. I've spoken to people that I know, like I've discussed it with friends, I've discussed it with one of my friends I spoke to this morning, but I feel like it needs to reach a wider audience. Number one is about the vaccine. It's 100% okay if you don't want to take the COVID vaccine, like it's totally fine. But I go on TikTok and I hear people saying they developed a vaccine within a year, and cancer and HIV has been on for more than how many years, 4-5 years, and they are yet to develop a vaccine. So basically people are saying that they don't want to take the vaccine because it was developed within a short period of time, and those diseases that has been in existence for a long time and they haven't developed the vaccine, so they don't trust the vaccine. Let me say it again, it's okay not to take the vaccine. It's okay if you decide I don't want to take the vaccine, I don't trust the vaccine, it's okay. My problem is, don't be saying that because they haven't developed vaccine for cancer and HIV that you don't want to take it. I feel like that's ignorance. I personally feel like that. I feel like any medical student or any health person that hear this person just like, what's this person saying? Do you know what cancer is? Do you know what HIV is? If I open HIV section in my book for you, you would not understand unless you have maybe a not if you don't if even if you have a science background, you can understand. You have to be into medicine or nursing, something relating to health, for you to understand how HIV or cancer works. Cancer is your cell in your body. They are proliferating, like they are dividing rapidly, and those proliferation, they are not mature one, they are not good one. So the only way you can prevent cancer, you can try your best to make sure you don't get all those things, is by taking, you have to look at the risk factor and try to prevent doing the risk factor. Some cancer, they are related to genetics. You need to check your genetics. You need to know what you are doing. If you have a family history, you need to also know your family history. If you have a family history of a certain cancer, let's say lung cancer, you don't need to smoke, not even occasionally. You don't need to smoke. You don't need to, all those things that can predispose you to any type of cancer. You need to avoid it. So how can they develop a vaccine to something that is just that is dividing rapidly in your body? It doesn't make any sense. I don't know if you guys try to understand that it's very hard for you to be able to develop a vaccine for that. And HIV is very complicated. So the only way that the only way you can try and prevent not to get HIV is by taking precaution. How do you get HIV? You can get it. HIV is an STI or STD, sexually transmitted disease. So if you're having unprotected sex, baby brother, you are inviting STI, STD into your system. You're giving room for all those things to develop. It's not after you developed it now you be like, oh, I don't know, why is there no vaccine? Why didn't you have protected sex? Why are you going around having unprotected sex? Like, why? What was the reason? Another way you can get HIV is through blood transfusion. All of the people that like inject needle like drugs into their skin, they are also at risk of getting HIV, because you don't know, especially if you're using like repeated needles, you don't know who has used the needle. Maybe a friend of yours used the needle. So those are like the small ways for you to be able to prevent this disease. So if you understand how coronavirus comes about, they're able to develop a vaccine, like the mechanism, how it affects your cell and everything. They're able to target and develop a vaccine towards that thing. So don't be here saying that because there is no vaccine for HIV, for AIDS, for cancer, you don't want to take it. No, if you don't want to take it, don't want to take it. That's period. But don't be saying because those things you don't want to take it. I don't even want to hear that. When I hear that on TikTok, I'm just like, what is this person talking about? We're talking about malignancy, cancer. You're talking about a virus. That's number one. And the second one, which is like the most important one I want to address, is the issue of sudden cardiac arrest is skyrocketing, especially back home. Like a lot of people that I know that have passed away due to sudden cardiac arrest, is like every time just hearing all sorts of news, I'm like, why? And I sort of know why, which I'll tell you in a minute. We call it sudden cardiac arrest, which is you die within an hour of presenting that symptoms. Did I explain it very well? Okay, let's say you started the symptoms around 11 a.m. and you die before 12 p.m. That's an hour. That's what we call sudden cardiac arrest. And usually the 70% cause of sudden cardiac arrest, it has something to do with your heart. Yes, your heart. So you know the heart takes the blood, it pumps your blood to everywhere in your body to give nutrients. The heart itself needs the nutrients, and the arteries that provide the nutrients for the heart is called coronary artery. I'll try and leave an image for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. So this artery, they can be diseased, and the thing is, it is not all disease that present with symptoms. The moment they present with symptoms, they're about to kill you. Believe it or not, it's not all the disease that is symptomatic. Some disease are completely asymptomatic. Like there's some STI that ladies don't show its symptoms, until maybe if their partners, start complaining about that thing, then they have to treat both couple together. It's not all disease that are symptomatic. Some disease, a lot of disease are asymptomatic, which means you don't get the symptoms until they're about to kill you. That's when they get the symptoms. That being said, this coronary artery, they can get easily damaged. And the most cause of the damage, you call it atherosclerosis. Let me look for the simplest way to explain atherosclerosis that you guys will understand. Let's say the arteries are like this. It's like this zero, right? Atherosclerosis is literally like damage of the lumen of your artery, right? You're damaging the lumen, and your white blood cell that that does your body defense, they want to like capture the organism, they want to defend it. They release all sort of what's it called, all sort of substances, right, to try and kill those things, or try and engulf it, like swallow it or something. So even those stuff, they damage the lumen more. Before you know, the lumen start becoming thin. It's a whole complex, is a whole process, but I'm not trying to explain the whole process in this matter. But the hallmark of atherosclerosis, or the end point of atherosclerosis, is the lumen of your artery. For this case now, I'm using the coronary artery that supplies the heart. It gets thin. So instead of the lumen to be like this, half is gone. Before you know, almost everything is gone. And if your heart is not getting the nutrients, it's not able to do the work. If your heart is not getting the blood, the nutrient that it needs, there's no way it has the capacity to pump blood to your other rest of the body. It's just like, if I don't eat, I don't get energy, and if I don't have energy, I can do a lot of things in the house. I can study, I can assimilate, that's the way it works. So even your heart needs that nutrient for it to be able to do a whole lot of things in your body, for it to be able to pump the blood to go all through your body. So, and risk factors of this atherosclerosis: number one, you need to know your family history, so that will help you streamline stuff. Knowing your family history is really important. Like if you have a family history of diabetes, is something to know about, so you can take caution, eat less sugar and all those things. If you have a family history of hypertension, you can, there's a way to control it and everything. And also, the most cause of this atherosclerosis is hypertension and hyperlipidemia, which is basically what lipids in your body and is related to like obesity and all those things. So that's why if your doctor is advising you to lose weight, it's for your own health, it's for your own good, right? So even if you're a big girl, like you're big, make sure you're healthy. That's the main thing, because I hear people saying I'm plus size, but are you healthy? That's one thing. And also, you can be slim, you can be very slim, but you are not healthy. Just whatever shape you have, whatever size you wear, the main thing is make sure you are healthy. Yes, because this atherosclerosis that I just explained to you guys, that clogs the lumen of your coronal vessel, it doesn't kill you in a day. It has been building up in decades. You're doing stuff. Okay, let me just mention another risk factor is smoking, high blood pressure, diabetes, hyperlipidemia, obesity. All those things, they contribute to atherosclerosis. So if you have those things, I do advise you like to take precaution and do the necessary things so that you don't get sick. This atherosclerosis, it doesn't, read my lips, it doesn't give you symptoms immediately. It has started building up years before it finally showed up itself. If it shows up and you die within an hour, that's sudden cardiac arrest. Yes. You know, some people get this atherosclerosis, that's also the cause of myocardial infarction, which is, I think that's what a lot of people call heart attack or something, which is the same thing. The lumen of your heart is blocked, your heart is not getting enough nutrient, the muscle of your heart, they are not able to pump well. That's the cause of myocardial infarction. So make sure you know all these things, the risk factors, and make sure you're avoiding those things. Let me tell you, even Yoruba will say iwonba gbogbo, not that you shouldn't drink, but don't drink too much, not that you shouldn't smoke, but don't smoke too much. Everything is minimum. Excess is not good. Like, excess is not good at all. Anything that is excess koda is bad, it's not good. So one other thing I want to mention is a lot of people back home they don't do health check, which is a problem. They'll say, oh, I haven't gotten sick in a year, I haven't been to the hospital in a year. But are you healthy? Have you gone for checkup? Have you checked your organs? Have you checked to make sure everything is fine with your body? Because as I said, a lot of disease don't present with a lot of symptoms. They don't present with symptoms until they're about to kill you, or until later on you start getting the symptoms. Make sure you're healthy, which is something that I applaud my dad for. My dad, as much as he's a busy man, my dad does checkup at least like once every 2 to 3 months. He does checkup, he does blood tests, he does everything. I mean it costs money, but prevention is always better than control. Always do check up from your system. Don't say because I haven't gotten sick, oh I'm oh I'm this, oh I don't get sick. Always do check up. You never know what you will find. So I feel like a lot of people back home don't do check up. I see people here doing checkups. So I can say a few people that I know here, they've done checkup. You do your iron levels, you do a blood test, you check a whole lot of things, make sure you're fine. So yeah, because the rate at which sudden cardiac arrest is killing a lot of people, young people, it's disturbing, it's alarming, and these things can be prevented. Yes, it can be prevented. Let's help ourselves as much as we can to prevent all these diseases. Once again, I would say know your family history. It is very, 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 very crucial to know your family history. It is very, very, very crucial to know your family history, to know the risk factors of things. Smoking, tobacco, alcohol, obesity, hyperlipidemia, all these things, they have risk factor to a lot of diseases in the body. So make sure you're checking those things, make sure you're preventing it as much as you can. So yeah, that's what I just wanted to say. I couldn't even study, I was disturbed. I felt like I need to say it. I don't know how this video entered 15 minutes, but anyway, yeah, sorry for the quality. You guys, I'm just studying, I'm in my house clothes. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something. Yeah, I just hope you learned something. I'll see you guys in my next video. Please stay safe and God bless. Bye guys.